Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I'm here today for Girls Last Tour, Episode 4. Last time on Girls Last Tour, a few lovely vignettes, and we met another person in this world. I have a feeling we're going to continue on in this fashion and meet new people, or perhaps groups of people, as these two girls explore this beautiful world. This beautiful, strange, dilapidated world. We found out a bit about the world. There are layers and layers of past civilizations, literal layers, built upon each other, with the lower layers sort of really dilapidated and destroyed, and then as you move up, they seem to be newer and newer, with more and more of their facilities intact. The character we met was a map maker who travels around the world making maps. And in an incredibly tense scene, he almost fell off of the lift that they were on and lost all of his maps. The theme of last episode seemed to be purpose. Purpose for being. Why do people live? And it seems to be answered in the end with an interesting line. Don't need a reason. There are nice things sometimes. And that seems to be sort of a statement about the show. What it is, what it's about. It's the nice things that happen sometimes, even in an empty world. It's interesting. Beautiful. There was a scene at the end that really got to me. It had some hidden truth in it. And I realized while I was watching Sangatsu this morning, Sangatsu episode 6 reaction, what that truth was. When Yu gives her ration bar to the map maker, and then Chi breaks her bar in half and gives half to Yu. There was something about that scene that struck me as interesting, struck me as true, and I realized what it was. It has to do with the idea of give to receive. Cast your bread upon the waters, and it will be returned to you sevenfold. Now, in this case, she doesn't get more food because she does this, but she gives up her food, and more appears. Because that's the way humans work. And that's the way human society works. And that's what makes human society work. So in that little interaction between that trio is fundamental truth about the relationships that bind people. Pretty cool. Anyway, I have no idea what to expect. This show's awesome. This show's so good. If I need to timer base it, then I will have a timer spot here. Camera, that's right. Ooh, that was the face on that pipe. Oh, this OP. And there's the face. Wonder what that is. I love this OP so much. Yeah, no idea. Aren't any cows. Ah. Ah. That was an incredible CG scene. Incredible. Hold on. Timestamp. 2:30. Amazing. CG. That was good fucking CG. This track. Wow, it's very different up on this layer. Oh, the streetlights that we saw on. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm a little worried. Is it a film camera? No, it's digital. Yeah. It doesn't appear to have a battery indicator. Yeah, I don't see a battery indicator on the frame. I was kind of wondering. uh, no, no. Oh! Oh! What happened to the camera? And what did she take a picture of? That is the face. For good reason, girl. So is the bike okay? Okay, good. Now, what are they? Shutter speed? Uh-huh. Or is it a timer? Oh. But it's a way for her, without knowing how to write, to add to the journal. Are they representations of gods? Memory space. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's magic. Nope. Ooh. Oh, it is a timer. So they can take a picture of themselves. That one looks like it's crying. Never mind. God, this world is beautiful. Full of statues. Some kind of shrine? Church? Yeah. Have no reason to know. Child would have no reason to conceive of God or gods. What are their gods? What were their gods? Be released from your sadness and worries and find happiness. Three gods and the triangles has Christian symbolism of the Trinity in it. Oh. But there's a light. Or are we just seeing? That was amazing. So this is pitch black. Alone. Ooh. What? The lights coming on? Hmm. There's life there. Huh. Frozen? Oh. They're not alive. Glass? Metal? In resin? Yeah. Haha! Hmm. Some things that I want to look at. 2:30-ish. Yeah. That is some hella good CG. It's so good. 3-ish. This sort of track with the epic vocals. If anybody knows what that track is, could you let me know? Please? Please? Because I like it. I like it a lot. It's such a good atmospheric piece, and it's been used in previous episodes a few times. I like it a lot, and I would like to know its name. I can probably find it if I put in the time and look for it, but if any of you know, could you help me out, please? Because I would like to have that. This interesting conversation about pictures and their permanence is interesting. It's sort of a continuation of the conversation about the books being important, and she attempting to explain to you why books are important, because they are a way to pass down knowledge in a lasting fashion. And this little conversation about how if you eat food, it gets used up, but pictures are there forever. And even after the stone statues have crumbled, the pictures might still be there. That's just an interesting little conversation, little bit of philosophy. And it's a truth. Art is lasting, and certain types are more lasting than others. And a picture is something very interesting because it's a two-dimensional representation of the real world that can last longer than the things in the picture. For example, the picture that they took of themselves, that picture will last longer than they do, assuming nobody deletes it. And the camera doesn't break, which we see in the ED. But that picture will last longer than they live. And they will forever be young within it. It's interesting. They make it to the building, and it's full of the statues. They have this little interesting exchange about what is a god. They have no reason to know or care. It's a foreign concept. There's some Christian symbolism in the gods. The fact that there are 3 of them is harkens to Christian symbolism, but it seems that the central god is female. So it's really just left as ambiguous as possible, which I think is a great decision. Right before 16 minutes. Yeah. There's this really clever scene. So she's in complete darkness, and this frame is completely dark, right? This grayness is black, right? And we get to see what she's doing, but she doesn't see anything. And then she touches the wall, and it appears. Because that's how it feels when you're in the dark. You're in complete darkness, fumbling around, and you touch something, like a wall, and you realize that it's there. And now your space is grounded by that. That's really beautiful. I mean, just look at it. There's no depth perception, and suddenly depth perception. It's amazing. And then she wonders if the afterlife is like this, if it's just empty darkness. She wonders aloud, which allows Chi to hear her, or allows shit. I'm gonna mix up their names now. Allows the brunette to hear her, and enables her to make the most interesting line of the episode afterward, that maybe the people who built this place didn't want to think about the afterlife as being darkness. And so they created this idea of a paradise of light and a god of light. And she responds with, I felt more at ease finding you. I love this show. It's so good. It really is. It has the ability to address and bring up concepts without necessarily resolving them or stating anything meaningful about them, but just to bring them up and shine a light on them. In this episode, it was religion, death, the afterlife, as well as what it means to be alone and the permanence of certain things. And it could bring all of those up and then leave them behind. It doesn't have to really answer any questions. It can just ask questions. And that's sort of a unique thing. That's sort of an amazing thing. Because a lot of media tries to answer questions. And in this kind of setup, there's no need for an answer. Chi and you don't necessarily need answers. They are just full of wonder, and they can wonder unrestrained and wonder about taboo things to wonder about without actually coming to any conclusions. And that's sort of beautiful, sort of wonderful. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Girls Last Tour, episode 4. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I'm really liking this show. Thank you, Gurgle Shorts, once again for recommending it. It is definitely going to be a favorite of mine. It's got something to it. And that's not something you can say about every show. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and as always, I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.